Hi everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I've got such a great project for you today. Take a look at this quilt behind me. So sometimes fabric really inspires me, actually most of the time, and this fabric is designed by Karen Nyberg, and she actually quilted in outer space. And so I wanted to do something really fun and outer space-ish out of her fabric. And so this is the Milky Way quilt, and I can't wait to show you how to make it. So to make this quilt, you're going to need one packet of 10-inch squares, and we used Orbital Sunrise by Karen Nyberg for Robert Kaufman. You're also going to need a pack of 42 background squares, and this is our Missouri Star squares, and we use those because it has the little star in it. It's the theme we're going for. You're going to need 6 yards of background fabric, and you're going to need some accent fabric, about a yard, and we also use this same fabric on the backing. And if you're going to use regular 45 fabric, you're going to need 9 yards. But if you're using a 108, you only need 2.5. You're going to need some of our So Light Fusible and about 2 yards of that. And you're going to need a Dresden-plate template. So let me show you how to do this because it's really fun. So let me show you how to make this quilt, and we're going to have to talk through a few things because there's a lot of different ways that we could do this. So the background of our quilt is 2 big pieces of fabric, and I wanted to do the ombre background so that it looked like outer space. And so I had my darks meet in the middle. You could flip it and have your lights meet in the middle. There's a seam that runs vertically right here because this became my canvas. This whole big 2 sheets of fabric became my canvas. And then I started making Dresdens, and I wanted them to be all different sizes to represent all different sizes of planets and stars and things that we find in space. And so the Dresden thing on this is really the key. And it is also something we're going to play with. So how we're going to make those Dresdens, we're going to start with that because we've sewn our background together, is we're going to take 2 pieces, a piece of your print. And by the way, this is a really fun layer cake because it's all space themed. And then your background square, and you're going to look for your stars, and you're going to put those right sides together. And then we're going to cut this whole layer cake into 2.5-inch strips. So I'm just going to lay my ruler on the edge of here, and we're going to cut this into 2.5-inch strips like this. And you're going to do this to all your layer cakes. So, but you know, when you get started, it's probably a good idea to cut one and sew one just so you can make sure that you know what's going on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these strips and we're going to sew on both sides of them. So let's just put them at the sewing machine here. We're going to put our presser foot along the edge. We're going to sew this in here like this. And then we're going to flip it around and we're going to sew on here. And we're going to do this to all 4. Now when you do all 4 of these, it's very easy to chain piece them together. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down the side of this one, make sure they stay lined up. Also with a batik fabric, when you'll notice that there's a lot less slippage with the batik fabric, so it stays together. So we're just going to sew down the side of all of these for our whole layer cake. Of course, I talked about the slipping, and then this one slipped. So, who go figure, you know. All right, now we're going to take all these back around, and we're going to sew up the other side. So just like this. And the next one. And the next one. All right. Now what we're going to do with these is we're going to make Dresden blades, and they're going to be half color and half dark. And so it's very fun to do this. But this is a 10-inch strip. And so we're going to make 2 plates, and this is a plate right here with all the 20 of these together. This is what you call a plate. And so we're going to make 2 of these different sizes with each set that we do. So these can be divisible in any number of 10. So you can have a 4-inch one and a 6-inch one. You can have a 3.5-inch one and a 7.5-inch one. You can make one that is just great and long, and it would be, you know, probably 8 inches. And so you get to decide what size you want your Dresdens, and you're going to play with this, and it's going to be really fun. First, it's going to seem a little scary, but it's going to be really fun. So on the Dresden, we're always going to measure from the bottom. And so if I want mine to be, let's say we want 2 plates and we want them both to be 5 inches. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to layer these up, and I'm going to cut them into 5-inch pieces. And so just like this, and I'll put my ruler right along the edge here. So when you cut these, it can be any size that adds up to 10. So you're going to have 2 numbers, 2 different sizes. So here we go. This is going to be 5 and 5. And so we're going to have these pieces, and we're going to make our Dresden blades out of them. Now we always measure from the small bottom part right here, and you're going to look at this center line right down the center of the Dresden, because this line is going to go right on your stitch line. So we're going to lay this on here just like this, and we're going to cut right along here, and then we're going to flip this over, and we're going to do the same thing to make sure they're the same size. So we're going to line this center line on our stitch line and cut them just like that. And you're going to do this to all your pieces. And so we'll do like 4 of them. And again, make sure that center line is on the stitch line. And then what we're going to do, which is what we do with all of our Dresdens, is we're going to lay them out, and we're going to sew right across the tops of these. So we're just going to sew straight across the tops of these. We're going to make our stitch a little bit shorter because we're covering a little area and we don't want it to come unstitched. So you'll go ahead and cut your whole layer cake of these and cut them into the pieces the size you want. And then we're just going to sew right across the top like this. And so I'm going to look at my stitches, and I'm going to make them a little smaller. I've got mine down on 2. And we're just going to slide these through like this. And you can do a few, or you can do all 20 of them at a time. We're just going to do a few because what we want to do is show you how to make this. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissor, and right here where these 2 seams come together, I'm just going to cut off that corner because we're going to turn that right side out, and we want less bulk in that corner. And you'll want a little tool to help you turn those. So I have this little pressing stick right here, and it will help me poke that corner out so it stays nice and sharp. So now we're just going to, I like to take this, I'm going to lay my finger over on it like this and just push it through, and then use my little tool to push out that corner. Then I'm going to match up my seam line right here so that this seam line matches up along here, and I'm going to press that flat. So we'll do this a few times so you'll feel comfortable with it. And you just press it on there. And we're going to do the same thing. So we'll flip these like this. Push them through. Go ahead and poke that little point out. I'll get a few of these going here. And remember, I've only got 4 here, but you're going to need 20. To make a plate. Now, what I did on a lot of them, because of the sizes and because you need 20, depending upon which size you choose, you're probably going to get maybe 16 out of a layer cake, so not quite enough for a plate. And so I took another layer cake and did the same thing to it. So my plates will have like 4 greens and a blue, 4 greens and a blue. Like this, and so they all have a different colorway in them. Sometimes I tried to match them, pulled this blue into this one that was blue. Over here we have the red in with these lighter oranges. And so as you see, all the different plates behind me, you see there's kind of a mix. I tried to kind of keep them color families the same, but there's kind of a mix of the plates that are in there. And so we're going to go ahead and press these now, and I'm just going to press this one a little bit on the front side and then flip it. And so I'm going to line up my seam right there, and we'll go ahead and press that down. I can see my iron's hotter now, so that's nice. And if you want to, you can have your seam go any way you want. I kind of let them go the way they want to on the back because nobody's going to look inside my quilt to see which way I sewed, so that makes me happy. And then we got one more right here. All right. So now what we're going to do, you'll have 20 of these and we're going to sew them together. But one thing I want to mention before we go further is that when you're cutting out your blades, you need to be consistent with whatever color is on the top. So I cut mine on the white. For this blade, I'm going to have to cut all of them with the white side facing me in order to make the design line up. So now you can see how it goes together because it's color white, color white, color white, color white, and you can see how that goes together. So what I do when I start sewing my Dresdens together is I'm going to chain sew them, and I'm going to have 20 of them here, and I'm just going to sew sets of 2s, then sets of 4s, and then I'm going to start laying them out. So we will I just try to line up this top little edge right here. I don't care what's happening down here. So see how this one is a little longer? I don't care about that because I'm going to cover that with a circle. So I'm just going to sew, watch that top edge, line them up, sew a 1/4 inch down the side, and I'm going to do that to all of my blades. So then what I'll do now is I will finger press them open, and I'll add, after I get all my 2s done, then I'm going to do my 4s. Just like this. Just like that. And so you will do this until you have all of yours done. You'll sew 20 blades. It doesn't matter what size they are. You're going to need 20. And then you're going to sew them together. And it's going to make a little plate like this. Now this is the size of the 5-inch blade. This is the size. Let's see what size this one is. Let me measure it. This is a, this is a 3.5-inch blade. So if there's a 3.5-inch one here, there's a 7.5-inch one somewhere up there. And so as you sew them together, they make these plates. Now the plates aren't always perfectly flat in the middle. And so what I do is I just tend to like put my iron on there and just, just give it a really good press. You could use a little starch if you wanted to. And then remember that we're going to cover up that middle. So what I did with my middles is I found something sitting on my desk that I thought would be the right size, like this, say. I think it's a 4-inch circle, but this really is what I do. And then I take my heat and bond over here, and I lay it on here, and this piece is like a little bit too small for this one, so I'll use this one. I'm going to lay it on here, and you might have a much more scientific way for making circles. But this is kind of what I do. I look around and I just use what's at hand. And so then we're going to rough cut this out of here like this. Don't cut it perfect yet because it's way easier to cut perfect once you get it on your fabric. And so, well, I have 3 drawn right here. So you can see you can get about, you can get, several from a 10-inch square, depending upon the size you use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my circle on there, and your circles can be different sizes as well, because the size of the circle changes the look of the Dresden, which I love. So I just kind of press that on there, and for some reason now when you're cutting on the paper, it makes it much easier to get a good cut line than it does if you're just cutting on fabric. So I'm going to go all the way around here. Now I chose to make all my circles the same color. And so I used my accent fabric, which is what it calls for in the pattern is accent fabric. My accent fabric was strips from the backing. And so, because I love the backing, but it doesn't show up big up here. So this is all my backing fabric here. And so I chose to use that. So now we have this little guy here. And I just peel it back. Come on. There we go. And then you're just going to peel this off, and you can see the glue has adhered. We'll put it on here. And I went ahead and pinned all of these to my back. and then I pressed all of these down. So what that does is it holds to the Dresden, and because this middle part is sticky, it also holds it to the fabric in the place that you want it. So once you get all of your Dresdens in place on your background, you know, like this, then they're all, I went ahead and pinned them, but they're actually adhered from the middle and adhered to the Dresden. And so then I took a big area and I took it over to my sewing machine, and then I machine stitched around all those middles and around all my Dresdens. All my Dresdens are, they can be machine stitched on. I forgot that I did this, but I hand stitched these on because I could sit in front of my chair and do one and then move it over and do one, and I just had it draped over my lap. So I did hand stitch these down, but you could machine stitch them very easily and it would work as well. So I think I have 28 Dresdens up here, and it makes it really fun because each one feels so different because you've used different fabric and you've used different sizes. All right, so let's go back and look at the quilt one more time. So again, the number of Dresdens that you use and the size of your quilt backing is entirely up to you. When I got my backing together, I remember I trimmed a little bit off the bottom. You know, I just wanted it to look, I just had a certain look in my head, and so they're all over the place on here. It just makes it really fun because you can do it to fit a bed or whatever area you want to put this. So I want to show you the backing. Isn't this beautiful? It just looks like the world from outer space. It's just gorgeous. It's one of the pieces from the line. It's just so pretty. The size of the quilt that I ended up with was 82 by 99. And this quilting pattern is so fun. I hope you guys can see it. It's called Outer Space, and it has little spaceships, moons and stars, little planets on it. It's just absolutely darling. So it's really fun. So this quilt was so fun for me because it leaves so much up to the imagination. You get to decide the size of the quilt that you want, the size of the Dresdens that you're building, how you're going to put them together. I mean, I just love the creativity involved. And I hope you have fun with it. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the Milky Way quilt from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. Hey everybody! Every week I give you a new idea, and we are almost 1 million quilters strong. So join us every Friday for a new tutorial, and if you haven't clicked or subscribed, make sure you do that today. See you on Friday.